What's the difference between a democracy and a republic? This can be a difficult question to answer. A democracy is obviously like a Western country where there isn't a dictatorship and we vote every now and then and maybe have political parties. Whereas a republic is it's what we have in the West, where there isn't a dictatorship and we vote every now and then and there are maybe political parties. Okay, that wasn't actually very helpful at all. Let's see what Twitter has to say on the matter. Anybody else ever notice that Democrats and liberals generally have no idea that #America is a republic, not a democracy? They actually think that their party name is a description of who they are, democratic. If asked, most would say, we are democracy. If they would learn the pledge, it would be obvious. And the republic for which it stands. At GOP, at DNC. For your information, America is a constitutional republic, not a democracy. Big difference. Anyone who pledges allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the constitutional republic for which it stands is a danger to democracy and the communist ideologies for which it stands. Democracy is mob rules communism. It is not subject to the Constitution. Oh wow, really? So America is a republic, but not a democracy. Several people there brought up the Pledge of Allegiance, which is some weird ritual where school children have to tell a piece of cloth in unison how much they love it. So let's take a closer look, shall we? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Well, that settles it then. America is a republic, not a democracy. And Crooked Hillary is clearly a communist, as all Democrats are. Wait, hang on. The House of Representatives shall be composed of members chosen every second year by the people of the several states. Well, that sounds an awful lot like democracy to me. Now I'm all confused. I suppose I'll have to do actual research and not just look through Twitter for this video. According to the Standard Library Cyclopedia of Political, Constitutional, Statistical and Forensic Knowledge, forming a work of universal reference on subjects of civil administration, political economy, finance, commerce, laws and social relations in 4 volumes, volume 4, published by Henry, my book titles are too long, Bonn, in 1849, a republic, according to the modern usage of the word, signifies a political community which is not under a monarchical government, or in other words, a political community in which one person does not possess the entire sovereign power. Well, that settles it then. All republics are democracy. Hang on a fucking second. Republic of Iran? But they have a supreme leader. Well, that doesn't fit the definition at all. I suppose I'll have to do more research on this topic, as it appears I clearly wasn't educated enough on the topic, and I'm back on Twitter. In a democracy, the majority rules. If the majority decided they want to take your bike, they could take it. In a republic, your bike is your property, and you do not owe it to anyone. It cannot be taken against your will, by law. America is a constitutional republic. Therefore, the Constitution is the law by which we are supposed to be protected. In a republic, the individual is protected from the majority by constitutional law. A constitutional republic is what we were given. It is up to us to keep it. Oh, I see. So a republic is where there is a constitution, but no Congress or parliament or laws. Whereas a democracy is where there is no constitution and the government steals bikes from people. Well, that makes a lot of sense. Except the fact that every country in the world has a constitution, so that would mean that every country is a republic, and there are no countries which are democracies. But that would make Saudi Arabia a republic, which just doesn't feel right. And it also doesn't fit the definition about not having a monarchy from that book with the really long title we saw earlier.
Okay, you stupid European cuck, stop making fun and start making sense. Just tell me, is America a democracy or a republic? That's what I clicked on this video for and you still haven't told me.
Alright, fine. I think the confusion about whether America is a democracy or a republic stems from the fact that you have a two-party system, where you have one party called the Democratic Party and another party called the Republican Party.
I said just tell me.
Well, it depends on what you mean by democracy, because there's the...
Fuck you, you stupid leftist cuck liberal communist Jew. I bet you voted for Bernard Sandler, didn't you? You make clickbait videos promising a simple answer but then spend 5 minutes making stupid voices reading tweets. This is the worst channel on YouTube. I'm going to watch Sargon of Akkad now. Goodbye.
Okay, so America is by almost all accounts a republic. But being a republic does not mean that you can't also be a democracy. Most countries, and the key word here is most, which call themselves republics, are also democratic, at least to some extent. Because at the end of the day, what republic really means is a country which has neither a monarch nor a dictator in charge. So Sweden, which has a constitutional monarchy, is not a republic, but we are, relatively speaking, a democracy. We have elected representatives on a local, regional and national level that we elect once every 4 years. But we also have a constitution which guarantees things like freedom of assembly, freedom of demonstration, freedom of association, freedom of religion, and even freedom of speech to a certain extent. I mean, all countries limit freedom of speech in one way or another. In America, for example, it's a federal offense to say you want to kill Donald Trump. In Sweden, defamation, slander and libel can get you in some trouble, but freedom of speech isn't a valid defense in all situations. But that's beside the point. So America is a republic. Great. The Trump-supporting conservatives were right. But could it be a democratic republic? Maybe even a democratic people's republic. Wait, hang on, now we're back to communism. Fuck. Alright, so this is a bit controversial. Is America a democracy? Well, it definitely wants people to think so. What with the Congress and the elections and so on. But in reality, it's a hybrid regime at best, and a plutocracy at worst. What with the electoral congress, and the faithless electors, and the gerrymandering, and the lobbying, and the such and such. But that's a story for another time. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If